Okay, here's a good one to talk about. In fact, I'm going to be speaking on Saturday about addiction, and really simple. I just want to clarify a couple things because, with as powerful a subject as addiction is, to oversimplify how we talk about it is a major disservice and a cause for a lot of harm in my opinion. So a lot of times people will go to a recovery center to get sober. That is one use of the term sober, where a person no longer drinks or does drugs. More precisely, I like to call that getting dry, where they are no longer putting those substances in their bodies. And beyond getting dry, there's still the process of detoxing, which is giving your body enough time to flush out all of the effects and after effects, the direct effects of those toxins in your system. So once you've gotten dry and you've given yourself a chance to detox, what you're left with is a body that is relatively free from these toxins or allergens or whatever you want to call them. You're no longer putting those things into your physical system. Beyond that, there are many other steps that are involved, including actually getting sober. And in this regard, getting sober has to do with the spiritual and the emotional parts of life. There are reasons why people have addictive behaviors, and addressing those reasons is getting to the root of the problem. There are the effects of living with those addictive behaviors for sometimes an entire lifetime. That develops a lot of habit and a lifestyle and a way of thinking and a worldview, and that takes a lot of time to change. And I haven't yet seen that. I've rarely seen that happen in 30 days or less, or even 90 days. It can happen if a person's willing, but that's rare. But just to be clear, no longer putting those toxins or allergens in your system, it makes a person dry, but it doesn't necessarily make them sober. Or if you want to use that term sober, there's something else to be talked about. And so the reason this comes up for me just now is because I saw somebody looking for a treatment center dealing with iboga. That's just one of the alternatives for detoxing and getting dry. And I don't have an opinion on the use of iboga at all. It may work, it may not. I don't have the experience with that. But all I can say is that if somebody is using a treatment or following a protocol for 30 or 90 days using something like iboga or anything else, there's only so much of a person's life that can change within that time period. And I think there's a lot more opportunity available to somebody who's going through a process of treating their addiction and their addictive behaviors than simply no longer using. I guess that's all I'll say about that for now. I hope that clarifies some things, or at least gives pause when you hear those terms, to consider for yourself what you're making them mean. Again, oversimplifying those ideas, saying that because somebody is sober after 30 or 90 days of no longer ingesting those substances, to make that mean that they are completely recovered and no longer having a reason or cause for those addictive behaviors. That's a massive conclusion to jump to, and it causes it's a disservice to those people that are trying to get free from their addictive behaviors. There you go. Thank you.